Evangelical and other fundamentalist Christians believe in a God that is not only all-powerful and all-knowing, but also all-just and all-good. They also believe that every word in the Bible is true, the direct, inspired word of God, and that except for the parts that are obviously metaphor or allegory, the Bible should be regarded as literally true history. Adam and Eve, Noah's flood, hell, they believe in all of that. The intent of this video is to show that such biblical literalism is logically incompatible with a good God. In fact, I intend to use the Bible itself to systematically prove beyond a reasonable doubt, at least to the standards of any rational, civilized human being, that the God of the Bible is actually evil. And not just evil, but arguably one of the most evil beings ever imagined. My hope is that this will help convince any fence-sitters who may be thinking of becoming Christian fundamentalists not to waste their time, money, and energy on a religion rooted in evil. To begin, ask anyone you know to make a list of the most evil acts they can think of. Chances are the resulting list will include all or most of the following: murder and genocide, animal and human sacrifice, torture, child abuse, animal abuse, theft, slavery, pedophilia, rape, incest, cannibalism, betrayal, and lying. Now, if any individual were to deliberately condone or commit even just one or two of these acts, we would likely consider him to be a vile, evil person, wouldn't we? So how would we regard someone who condoned or committed every single one of them? Well, that's exactly what the God of the Bible has done. Of course, I don't expect you to take my word for it, so I encourage you to look up the biblical references I cite for yourself. The Bible translations I use throughout this video are the New International Version, since it's the one most commonly used by evangelicals, and the original King James Version. But you may wish to check the same passages in other versions of the Bible and read the entire chapter to verify I'm not taking anything out of context. Rape is an unusually cruel act of violence that no good person would ever justify or consider acceptable. Yet God condones and even orders rape throughout the Bible. Considered a social taboo and a crime in most countries, incest is nevertheless something God apparently condones. If that behavior is good, then good has no meaning. And for anyone who still thinks God isn't evil, answer me the following question. What acts would God have to commit for you to consider him evil? If you can't answer that, then you can't claim to be a person of sound moral judgment, can you? Think about it.
you know, because I'd never seen anything as beautiful as that sunrise. Then I met the devil in God's country, you know, and it's not so much who, it's what, you know, what happens and the things that the devil does. It's not so much a person, even though he acts through people. You know, you can't call one person the devil.
Joe Arpaio?
You know, you can't call any one person the devil. You can't do that because no one person has enough power to be the devil, you know? This is God's country because I met the devil here. Because if I hadn't met the devil here, I wouldn't realize I was strong enough to overcome the obstacles that the devil would place in my path. And it's by overcoming these obstacles that I realized that this is God's country. Because he helped me get over these obstacles. He helped me get over these hurdles.
A time for throwing stones. A time for embracing. And a time for avoiding embraces. A time for, ooh. A time for embracing and a time for avoiding embraces. What? Come on. A time for searching and a time for losing. A time for keeping and a time for throwing away. A time for tearing, a time for repairing. A time for keeping silent and a time for speaking.
I speak for them, dog. I am the street. I will be the voice of the street till I die. Cause I know if I keep my heart real, I'm gonna fly.
A time for loving and a time for hating. A time for war, a time for peace.